Okay, so in this lab, we will see video intelligence quick start. So this is also the part of the machine learning capabilities, and this is a very a fundamental lab, a very quick start lab, which will tell us about what is the video intelligence API, how we can use this, what are the various options we can use, whether we can use using the command line, whether we can using the REST API, whether we can use via Google Cloud UI interface, that is via console. So we will look all these things. So in the last two labs we could see natural language API and the speech APIs. This lab we could see the video intelligence API. So it's a video intelligence. So by just reading the name, we can easily guess it is something related to the video, and the intelligence should be performed on the video. So what this will do basically is we will give as an input a video file, right? So there are some specific format of the video file which it will accept, right? And it will do some kind of intelligence, and as part of the intelligence it will extract their metadata information, and as part of the metadata information what it will extract, it will extract the start time of the video or the end time of the videos, right? What all the key informations within the videos. Let's suppose we have the video in which one train is running, right? So the key information within the videos are we have the train, we have the people sitting in the train, we have the road, we have the trees outside the on the roads, right? And maybe if there are some other entities, then it will fetch all the entities just by reading the video. So that is the use of the Google Video Intelligence API, right? So let's start. So in this what we basically do is we will have a video of a train as a data. So we have two options. Either if you have any video, just create a bucket, a very simple option. Go to the Google console and click on the create bucket, give some unique name, create a bucket and upload your video file. That's it. And then pass once we create the bucket, so it will give the public URL of the bucket. Then we can pass that particular data to our REST API, and it will generate our output, right? The process is totally same as of the natural language API, same as of the speech API. Similarly the process is same, that is the we will pass the data to the REST API and it will give the output. But internally for the video intelligence API, one extra step is triggered. Internally it is triggered, but for the end user it is we are passing a video as input data. We have the REST API endpoint, we are using the REST API endpoint, and it will generate the output. But internally how it will run, we have the data, we will use the video intelligence REST API, we will pass the particular data to the REST API, and the data we will pass in the form of the JSON format. So in the JSON we will pass the image URL or simple the URL and then colon, and then as a value the bucket location. And after that what it will do is it will create some operation, right? So I will explain you what is operation, and I will show you how it is creating operation. As of now, just keep this in mind. Before creating, we have passed the data to the REST API, so what we are expecting, just give us the output. So from where this operation will come. So before creating an output, what it will do is it will do some kind of operation or some kind of processing request, because it is a video, and video is a mixture of some kind of images. So it has to read each and every frame of the video. So it will create some operation request, then it will process that operation request, and after that it will generate the output. So these are some internal process. So you don't need to worry, but we should aware like how it will run run internally, because if we don't aware of this, then we might face issue while using the REST API. So let's start the lab. So we have the we can use the video intelligence API using the REST APIs. We can use using the video intelligence service using the client library. Client libraries means third party library, and just writing the Python code or Java code. We can use the gcloud command, command line. Command line means just a simple REST API only. So let me copy the username and open Google Console. Let me remove the existing account. And let me copy the password. Okay, so it has been open. So first we will do is we have to use the video intelligence API, right? So we will access the particular API using the service account. So first we will have to create the service account. So we will go to the IAM and admin. We can go to the service account, and we can create a new service account. But as part of this lab, I will show you using the command line. If you want to know how to create the service account using the UI, you can watch my previous video. I think in the natural language API or speech API, just a last to last video, in which I have explored both the options. So I have opened the Cloud Shell. So by default, it will log in via my this account, that is the student account. So this is some username. This is not a service account, right? So if I show you, let me close this. So this is not a service account, right? So we could not see here user, but if I go to the IAM admin and the normal account IAM, then student account you will able to see on the IAM panel, identity access management. So you could see the student account, right? So this is not the service account, but to access any API, so it is always recommended to use the service account. So we will use the service account. And so first option is to create the service account directly, but we will create using the command line. So if I show you gcloud auth list means authorization list, which user is currently active. So you could see star in front of the student user, because we have logged in using the student user. So that's why we could see the star, and this current account is active. So now what we will do is, first we will create the service account, and then we will activate that particular service account. So enable the video intelligence API. So let me create the service account quickly. So a normal gcloud command, and under the gcloud it's the IAM option, because it was under the IAM, and under the IAM it is the service account. So under the IAM it is the service accounts, and then what we have to do, we have to create the service account, but by which name we have to create the service account. So we can give any name like ABCD or something. So here we are giving the quick start. So just click enter. So the account get created. We can verify from here. We will go to here and refresh our screen. So we will see here one service account. So service account is created, but for this service account there is no keys. So if you want to create a key from the UI, just click on these three dots and go to the manage keys, and after the manage keys, you can create a keys, add a key and create a new key. That's it. But we will create the key using the command line. So the service account is created. Now we have to create the key, right? So let me create. So the same operation like gcloud IAM, under the IAM we have the service accounts, but under the service accounts, what operation we have to follow? We have to follow the keys, and under the keys we have what we have to do. We have to do some create operation, and by which name we have to create a key.json, and for which service account we have to pass the service account, that is the IAM account, and we are passing the service account. So here our service account is this was service account QuickLab GCB. So it is basically starting with the project name and this IAM. So what we will do is, so we will place our correct service account here @QuickLabs. Yeah, so keys has been created. If we do ls, so keys has been created, and if I do refresh, you could see the key ID here. So key has been created. If I click on it and if I go to the keys, you could see key is here and it is active. So now key is available. So next thing is we have to authenticate this account and make it active, because right now our student account is active. If I do gcloud auth list, you could see student account is active. So if I have to activate the service account, so what I would do, gcloud auth rather than the list means just give the list of the all the accounts, but rather than the list, what I will do activate service account and using the particular key. So automatically the corresponding service account will be get active. So I just press enter, the service account is activated. Now I can verify that gcloud auth list. So if I do gcloud auth list, now I could see two accounts, student account and the service account, but the star is in the front of the service account, which means service account is now active. So whatever operation I will perform on the this black window, that is the command line, so that operation will be via the service account, not via our user account. All right, so our service account is activated. So check my progress. So yeah, so we have now we have to use the REST API, and we have to pass the data. In the REST API, we have to pass the data into the form of the JSON. So what we have to do is but first we create a JSON file. So request.json, we will create a JSON file. Let me open that JSON file with some editor, and we will paste some content into that. So the content should be in the JSON format. So we are passing the input URI, so that is our storage bucket. So if you have your own storage bucket, you can just use your own storage bucket, but we have some public storage bucket available as part of this lab. We have given provided that, and we have to do provide the feature. What we have to do, we have to do the label detection. So just save it file, just save this file. So the file has been saved. Now we have to pass this request.json into the intelligence API. So I am accessing the REST API. So REST API is https videointelligence.googleapis.com/v1, and under that what operation we have to follow under the videos, after the colon we give annotate. Annotate means provide the text, whether it contains the train or what kind of text it contains. So we are annotating the particular video, right, and we are passing the data -d request.json, and we are performing the curl operation, because any REST API we can call using the curl operation, and we are passing the content type as the application JSON, because the request.json format has the type is application JSON, it is not a text file. So we have to provide the format of the file, of which format it is the JSON format, right, and we have to authenticate this particular API. So whatever the service account we have created, so we are authenticating using that gcloud auth, because right now our current service account is activated. So the token will be taken of that particular service account. So let me click it. So if you now see, it has not produced the actual output which we required, but it produced some operations, because as I told you, if I pass the data to our REST API, it will create a operation, and that operation will produce the output. So this is the operation. You could see projects slash project number, then location, so Europe West 1. So this video intelligence API is like we can run on in some particular locations. So they give like a Europe West 1 and operations and then some operation ID, right? So if it creates some like operation request, now we will again issue the same REST API, but now rather than the after v1, instead of videos annotate, we will pass this operation parameter. So just copy this operation parameter which is produced by the above command, and after the v1 till v1 everything is same, just paste this and put the like codes. So and we are redirecting the output to the response.json. So press enter. So now we have the output stored into the response.json. So let's try to look at the output response.json. So if you look at the output, so the till this point, so it is the operation output because it is using the operation URL, and it is said that okay, I am done with my operation. Once the operation is done, then it is giving the operation response. So it is giving the response that it is a rapid transit, right? It is a transport kind of services. If I do more, right? So many, like it is the start time is it is the 0 second, end time is 12.64 6 second. It is a railroad car. It is a type of a vehicle. It is a category, and it is a vehicle, right? And it is giving the confidence as well. So many. It is a type of a locomotive. It is a type of a vehicle, right? So many, like it is doing the annotation, alright. So it is a rail transport, it is a high speed rail. So whatever is in the video, it is giving us the JSON output, right? So one approach is this, but we have the like other approach. So let me remove the response.json. So I have removed the response.json. So one approach is just to use the REST API, but other approach we have the use the gcloud command. In the gcloud command, I already told you like gcloud command is similar for all the machine learning. We have to just gcloud ml, and after the ml, like which machine learning capability we have to use, like whether we have to use the language, whether we are using natural language API, so we will here write language. If we have to use speech translation, we will use right here speech. If we have to use the video machine learning, then we have to write video. And after that, like on the language which operation we are performing, on the video which operation we are performing, on the video we are detecting the labels, and then after that we have to pass the data. So let me pass the data. So the data means like I have to pass the my storage bucket where my video file is located, that is bucket location. So let me pass the bucket location. So I have passed my bucket location. So if I do press enter, closely noticed, it will not directly produce the output. It will first create a operations and then it will create a output. I press the enter. So you could see waiting for operation. So it first create one operation, and then now this operation is getting processes, and once this operation will be get complete, then it will like produce the output. So you could see now the output is produced, like it is a transport, it is a vehicle category. So as I told you in the video API, so one step is extra. So it is not a very direct like we will just pass the data to the REST API and the response is producing. No. So there is a one more extra step, that is operation. So for it will just create a operation request, and if we are using the REST API, then it will give the operation like endpoint response, and then we will pass using the particular output. We will pass make one more URL, and then we will hit that operation URL. If we use the gcloud command, then we don't need to pass the any URL. Internally, automatically it will automatically create the operation URL, and automatically it will hit the particular operation URL, right? So we have explored the REST API, we have explored the gcloud. So now the next option is the client libraries. So let's explore the client libraries option as well. So under the client libraries, so let me show you. If I go to the Python, so we can install the Google Cloud Video Intelligence package, and we can write, if we can import the video intelligence, and we can use the video intelligence service client. And what we have to do, we have to do the label detection, we have to annotate the video, we will pass some request, and the request should be in the form of the JSON format. All right, so in this example we are passing the cat video, but in the lab example we are passing the train video, and after that we have to copy paste this code and it will produce the output. So we can use this particular API using the client library. Client library means using some third party package, right? So we have explored everything. Okay, now one more option. Okay, whether we can explore using the console or not. Console means whether the UI or not. So under the artificial intelligence section, so if I go to that, so here earlier, I scroll it very more. What is happening? One minute. So under the artificial intelligence section, okay, so earlier we have explored speech to text, right? So now if I click on the video intelligence, so whether we have the facility here or not. So cloud video intelligence, so we don't have any kind of facility or here for the cloud video intelligence. So we can just call using the REST API, client libraries, and the command lines, right? So we have do this, we have annotating the video, so that is completed. So yes, so that's the end of the video. So we have explored some extra option along with the one which is given in the video, given in this particular lab. So thank you, that's the end of the video.